Fucking live. We are fucking live, boys. How we doing? Been a week since I did one of these. I think it was a week anyway. 1 sec. I'm just positioning the filming apparatus. It's a very rogue setup that we've got. I've got the archaic iPhone balanced on a chair, which is propped up by a laptop, which is positioned against this window because it provides the nicest lighting, but it makes my face look like a fucking moon. Looming. How you been anyway? How have you been? I've actually got quite a busy day today. I've had like phone calls with clients. I'm gonna record an interview with a guy in a little while, which is gonna be cool. We'll post that on my podcast. If you don't listen to my podcast, listen to my podcast because it's fucking value. But yeah, it's just been a sick time. I was in the Lake District, went home for a few days, saw my mum. Me and my mum watched some of my videos together. Introduced her to the Daygame videos. She was like, yeah, I rate this. I like the way that you've gone about your business. I was like, nice one. If you're here, I'm just filling people in on Casanovian updates, what's been going on. I got back from the Lake District. But yeah, it's been cool. Been a busy week. Been catching up with a few of my online coaching clients, which has been fucking cool. The progress that they've been able to make in a short space of time has just been meteoric. Like one of my guys has got 4 dates lined up this week, which is unreal. And then another one of my guys has he met a girl the other week who he's been seeing consistently now just by cultivating a conversation during the daytime, which is just fucking cool. That's why I got into this thing in the first place, to just be able to inspire guys to live a life beyond the beige, to live a life less ordinary, to realize that it's all within yourself. You know, if you want to go do something, it's you versus you, and the biggest obstacle that any of us face is that resistance to doing scary shit. So listen, if you're listening to this live stream now, you want to revolutionize your reality, get in contact with me, drop me an email, ukdaygame@gmail.com. I will say I've got no availability left this month. Like January is fully booked up. So if you want to get involved with me, the earliest possible time is going to be February. So we've got the Valentine's weekender coming up, which is going to be fucking sick. Applications are still open. I'm going to select my 2 favorite guys to do the weekender with me. So if you're in the UK, you want to have the sickest weekend of your fucking life, get involved, get in contact. All the information is on my website, www.christiancasanova.com. I'll also provide the details in the description after this has been published, so you can find all that stuff out. If you want to get involved, it's fucking happy days, man. Fucking value. It's going to be an unreal time. Smash all your sticking points, revolutionize your reality. Sick times ahead. But yeah, if you want to get involved online coaching, it's going to be February, because the way I like to run things is I want to be delighting my guys beyond belief, and for that to happen, I need to have time to do that. So I don't take on more people than I can handle, because I want every guy who I work with to be delighted as fuck with their experience. So listen, my guys get results. If you want to get results, then hop on the fucking train, the value wagon train. But yeah, so the topic of this live stream is basically going to be why your day game sucks fucking balls, and how I can help you to recharge, resurrect, go through a personal renaissance. Obviously, I've worked with a lot of guys since I got involved in this process. Been a magician for 10 years. I understand the importance of mastering the art of social dynamics, becoming fluent in the art of seduction, of interacting with the world. So yeah, I've kind of pieced together, I've got my little notepad, pieced together common like sticking points that I see quite a lot, sticking points that certainly I've had when I first got started, sticking points I see with my clients, and how to fix them, yeah, because that's what we want to do this year. 2022, we want it to be the year where we fucking crush this shit, where we master this stuff. And it's interesting actually, because a few of my videos recently have been met with some interesting comments by guys who are like, mastery takes 10,000 hours. And it's like, you know, as much as I appreciate that, it's like you have to be questioning like why we have these beliefs in the first place. Like, just because Robert Greene was like, yo, it takes 10,000 hours to master something, doesn't mean you should take it all as gospel. Like, I spoke about it in the previous live stream, like, if you've got a goal, yeah, if you've got like something that you want, let's say you want to become fluent in Spanish, then restricting the time frame in which you want to achieve that is going to allow you to accelerate your progress. I think it's just a flawed mentality where guys are like, oh, it's going to take me like years and years and years of hard labor to get great at this skill set or to get great at anything. Like for me, mastery is relative. The amount of time it takes someone to master something is different. And there's a lot of variables that go into it as well. You don't know how hard someone is going at it. Like there's 24 hours in a fucking day, right? So like, if you're like, oh, it's going to take me 10 years to master this, then you're selling yourself short. Why not say I'm going to master this in a month? Why not say I'm going to master it in 2 months? It doesn't matter if you don't acquire, like, mastery is subjective anyway, right? But like, it doesn't matter if you don't actually do it. What matters is you set that intention and try and do it quicker than you thought. I'm all about rapid progress in rapid time. The guys who I work with, if you want to get rapid results, that's what I'm about. Like, we don't have a lot of time. Like, you're only young once, and time is melting away at a disgusting pace. So you don't want to be pissing about. Like, this year needs to be the fucking year. I said it in a video, like, treat this year as if this is your last year on earth. Do all the things that you want to do. Like, don't hold back this year. Like, get shit sorted. Don't piss about, because otherwise you're just going to be getting older. Like, I turned 25 in Jan, like literally like last week, and I was like, wow, like, do you know what I mean? I'm not a fucking kid anymore. Like, life is going by, and very soon, like, I'll be 30, then I'll be 35, and I'm 40, and I don't want to be one of those fucking guys who gets like to like the end of their days and is like still hoping, still wishing that they did certain things. So rapid progress, rapid time, don't fuck about. You don't know which day is going to be your last, so just have a fucking sick time whilst you're here. Anyway, let's get into the topic before people start leaving. Right, okay, the first reason that your day game sucks balls is one of my favourite mantras. Like, you'll know it if you're a regular viewer and stuff, but approaching is not seduction. I'm not going to dwell on this one too long, because I know we all know the gist, but for anyone who's new to the channel, who's new to my Casanovian rants, approaching is not seduction. Don't fall into the mindset that going out there and approaching girls is seduction. The game of seduction is played in conversation. So you need to be focusing on having quality conversations. The guys who I work with on my online coaching program, I get them to send me their audio footage so I can listen to their conversations. So if they say to me, Christian, I feel like my progress has plateaued a little bit, or girls are flaking on me at the moment, I'm not quite sure why. Certainly in the early days of working together, they think they're doing everything right, but they're actually doing everything fucking wrong. And oftentimes we're unaware of our own bad habits. So really practical things. Try and stay in your conversations longer than you feel comfortable for. I know if you're a beginner or you're a bit rusty, you will want to eject from the conversation because you'll feel a bit awkward. You'll feel like you're going to run out of things to say, and you're scared of being in this position where you feel out of your depth. You might feel like, oh, the girl is going to get like creeped out or weirded out, or even worse, she's going to leave you. And then there's like that fear of like abandonment kicks in, all this shit's happening. So when you're in your conversations, especially if you're a beginner, just take a breath, count to 3, and just ask one more open question. Make another observation. So like, you know, what are you up to? What do you do for fun? What do you like most about this city? Why are you so friendly? Do you always make a habit of seducing guys on the street? That's a closed question, but it's quite playful. It'll trigger a playful response from her as well. So yeah, remember, approaching is not seduction. I see it all the time with my guys. When we first start working together, they think the approach is the be all and end all. They think the approach anxiety, once they've got that cracked, everything's easy. No, the approach, gentlemen, is the fucking easy part. Like going up to a girl and being like, "Hiya, darling, you look good, great." That's it. Like, that is eradicated very quickly during my sessions. What my sessions and what my coaching is tailored towards is allowing you to supercharge your conversation skills to create investment. And when you've got that shit down, then it's about the non-verbal shit. Yeah, non-verbal seduction. That's really where the game is like different level. When you attain that level of non-verbal mastery, because it's like, people talk about direct, indirect. For me, there's not really a direct or indirect. It's more about the energy that you lead with. Yeah, I prefer kind of situational is the way I like to term it. Like, you're being more situational with your opens is always cool. It makes it more organic. It makes it more playful, more creative. So rather than always being like, excuse me, have I been to Ukraine? No, I've not been to Ukraine as of yet, but it's somewhere that I do want to go to. But yeah, rather than just being like, excuse me, hi, saw you, you look really good. That's fine if you're a beginner. It's fine to go in like that. But as you get more advanced, more experience, it gets a bit boring, doesn't it? You don't always want to be going up and being like, hi, excuse me, you look really good. And look, I'm guilty of doing that as well. You can kind of fall into a habit, fall into a routine of what works. But yeah, I think certainly being able to challenge yourself to have more creative opens. How can we trigger a conversation? Because you don't want to be saying what every other fucking guy is saying, yeah. Especially if you're in a city like London where Daygame is quite prolific and a lot of girls are getting approached. Like, you don't want to be just another fucking chode who's like front stopping. Excuse me, I just saw you and you look really good. Yeah, we've heard all that shit, man. We need to evolve. We need to advance. So before you approach, just take a moment. If you're more advanced, you don't have the resistance to approach as much as a beginner does. Just take a moment and think, what could I realistically say to this girl that she may not have heard before? What's going to set me apart from the crowd? So it could be something that she's wearing. It could be the speed of her walk. It could be an accent that you heard because maybe she's on the phone, or maybe she's like listening to music that you can sort of hear it, like get a glimpse of. Maybe she's got like a really nice smelling perfume. That's a really good one, actually. Like, if you can like get a whiff of a girl's perfume, it just makes it. I think it was Dan actually who told me this. Dan, who does the filming. He's been in the game for a long time, but I remember he told me a story about this girl who he approached, and he got a whiff of her perfume, and then when he approached her, he led with that. He was like, I just got a whiff of your perfume. You obviously put that on today because you wanted a guy to come and say, compliment you. And she was just so into it because like it just wasn't the same old shit. It wasn't like, I just saw you and you look good. It's like, I noticed something like olfactorily about you. The way that you smell is very a feminine fragrance, so that's kind of like a nugget there, really. I didn't actually write this one down on the list, but we're all about breaking the rules over this side, isn't it? So yeah, get more creative with the way that you actually start your conversations. Always be thinking situationally, yeah, because girls will remember that stuff as well. You will stand out because she'll think to herself, this guy noticed me. This guy noticed something that no one else has noticed before. Like, if you watch the video that I posted, like how to smoothly get a girl's number when she's seen somebody, like I was already in the conversation, but she was like doing something with her nose. Watch that video if you've not watched it, the infield section. And I'm like, I can't remember what I said. I was like, are you trying to do that thing with your nose? And she's like, no, what thing? I was like, oh, it's all right. And it's like, no one's ever called her out on that before. And it just kind of, takes them off balance a little bit and thinking, oh wow, this guy actually noticed this shit. So that's something to keep in mind. So to recap, approaching is not seduction. I say it all the time. May well get a t-shirt made from Vistaprint with approaching is not seduction on the back, number 69 football shirt, get done at Sports Direct actually. Approaching is not seduction. Focus on your conversations, and when you are going to go and instigate a conversation with an attractive woman, focus on her as an individual, focus on the situation, focus on what exactly has caught your attention about this woman in this moment, yeah? So think outside the cube. Next thing, yeah, this is a big one as well. Rejecting yourself on her behalf. So this is kind of approach anxiety, but it's kind of like approach apathy or approach avoidance, where you'll see a girl and rather than just being like 3, 2, 1, fuck it, which is what I recommend that you do when you see a girl, 3, 2, 1, fuck it, go and approach her, or even better, just say fuck it and then go straight over. I'm writing about all this shit at the moment in my book that I'm going to publish soon, hopefully. I'm committing myself to writing like a certain amount. But it's always the legs that catch my attention. Well, fucking, make a funny thing of it, man. If the legs have caught your attention, just be like, yo, you got the best legs in London. Let's come and see if they were real. And then like go down and like rip one of them off, and you realise it was all prosthetic. Anyway, we digress, don't we? Yeah, so I'm writing about like approach anxiety hacks at the moment. But like I said to you before, man, like approach anxiety is simply caused by a lack of social momentum. So the more we can get our social state pumped, the better it's going to be. The more we can overcome that resistance and that anxiety that we feel inside is not going to be a thing anymore. Like I love to see it with my clients, especially. Oh, I just love it, man. Like the infield coaching, especially London, Manchester, when I first take guys out, if they've never done an approach before, they've never had like a cold approach conversation, and I'll walk them through it. I feel like a proud dad. They'll go over. Some of the guys will just run into it because it's something that they've been just like, it's just like a lot of pent up energy that they've had for so long. And finally, you know, they're with me in London or in Manchester. They finally break through that barrier. I just watched it. I'm so excited for this year. I'm so excited for this year to be running sessions. I'm going to be revamping a lot of stuff. I'm going to be revolutionizing my current coaching offer because I want to make it as just fucking unreal, like the best coaching offer that there is in the game. So I just want to help individuals who are serious about overcoming all the bullshit. I want to help them facilitate that growth within them and just create this fucking network of cool guys, man. Like all my clients become my fucking mates and we just have sick times together. Got to Barcelona actually in March. Big up Barcelona. That's going to be sick. That's actually the first time I've got on an aeroplane since getting involved in this. So it's going to be sick. Just a long weekend with the hashtag lads. It's going to be sick. I'm going to vlog it. I'm going to document it for you. So that's nice. Let me know. Let me know if you've been to Barca before. I've got a few guys who've been to Barca, been giving me some like tips and stuff. But yeah, back to the thing, rejecting yourself on the girl's behalf. Like you don't know until you know. I've got a video that you may or may not have seen, which is anxious to approach the hottest girl. So it's basically a video where I approach this absolute fucking stunner on Carnaby Street in London. And the mentality that I give, well, watch the video anyway, just watch the video, it's all in there. But yeah, whenever you find yourself, those voices are in your mind, you've got that perceived lack of self-worth within you, because we've all got it. We're all insecure, we've all got doubts no matter who the fuck you are. I was watching this documentary last night on Monaco, like it was like the Monaco Grand Prix. It was really interesting actually, but it's like Monaco was trying to rebrand itself as this like place for like cool individuals, and it's like even a place as affluent as Monaco, like even that, the people within this ecosystem, they feel insecure, they feel unworthy, even though on paper they've got everything. It's like their crowd, their clientele is like quite old, and they wanted to be like appealing to a new crowd, and they were struggling to do it, and they felt like, you know what I mean? So you know, whenever you feel like you're not fucking worthy, just remind yourself that no one feels fucking worthy. Everyone has to go for a shit at undesirable times. Everyone's got things that they might not like or accept about themselves, and that's fine. Do you know what I mean? It's like I said in the last live stream, your insecurities are your fucking blessings. So whatever you're insecure about, feature it or fix it. You know, use it as your fuel. Use it as your motivation. If you don't like your job, if you don't like the way that you look, if your dress code is shit, go fucking change that shit, man. Use it as your fuel. Turn pain into power, because, you know, we're too long fucking dead, aren't we, to be miserable and wallowing in our beds being like, no one likes me, no girl wants to date me. Well, you know, get out your own fucking way, start doing shit, and then people fucking get magnetized towards you. But don't do it just for girls. Do it for yourself as well, man. Do it because you actually want to fucking like yourself. But yeah, I was fucking digressing, whatever. But yeah, stop rejecting yourself on the girl's behalf. You don't know until you know. Don't stop creating false narratives in your mind. Like, she's busy, she looks bitchy, she's got a boyfriend, she'll never want to speak to a guy like me. You don't know until you fucking know. So go over with the mentality that you're literally gonna go over and make this girl's day. Who doesn't want to be given a compliment? As long as you're going in there with a cool, calibrated energy, you're leaving women better than you found them, then you're fucking sweet, aren't you? If you're giving off a creepy vibe, if girls are getting a creepy vibe from you, if you're getting feedback from girls who are like, you're a bit weird, you're a bit creepy, then that shit needs sorting out. Either work with me or get someone to listen to your conversations back, because, you know, you don't want to be doing that shit, man. Like, it's not worth your fucking hassle. Like, get your social skills on point, then learn this shit. Like, there's no good try to like get your social skills on point whilst you're doing this, because it's like, just doesn't fucking work. We live in like quite challenging times, and if you don't have that level of social expertise nailed, you are going to struggle with this, because Daygame right now is different to what it was 10 years ago. You've got like the internet is huge. You've got the globalization of the sexual marketplace, like girls talk. You don't want to be getting a reputation as a weird fucking guy. So anyway, if you're on this live stream right now, like the video. Just like the video. Give it a big fucking like, because I appreciate that. If you appreciate the free fucking value that is being shared, just drop the like, hit the fucking like button. Don't drop the like button, but just smash the absolute fuck out that like button. Click it, mate. Click that fucking like button. Shows me you appreciate the videos, the content, and it shows me that you want to keep being able to get access to these free live streams. So yeah, like the video, appreciate. Yeah, even if you're watching this back, just give it a fucking like. Right, nice one, innit? Another reason why your day game sucks balls. I will answer questions, don't worry. I will answer after I've done this one. I'll hit the chat up and get some questions going. This one's a biggie actually, so listen up, because this basically applies to every fucking insecurity, anxiety, doubt that you have in your life. And it's a simple fact that you care too much. All right, you care too much, and that might be difficult to digest. It might not be that palatable for some guys, but the reality is, if you've got anxieties about shit, you just need to let that shit go, man. Like, you just care too much about something in particular. You care too much about a certain outcome. You care too much about guarantees. You have to reject the need for guarantees. Let's think about the spotlight effect, for example. If you don't know what the spotlight effect is, because it might be a bit like jargon and stuff in you guys, spotlight effect is basically where you feel seen, like you feel naked in front of the world. It feels like when you're going to go and approach a girl, everyone's looking at you, and you don't take the action because you're scared of what other people are going to think. It's kind of like a fear of public humiliation, a fear of social, what's that word? Not social distance. Social ostracization. Yeah, you feel like you're going to get shunned from society, basically, which is an interesting one, because that's kind of like ingrained within us on like a biological level. It's like we don't want to be in the caveman period. We don't want to be like shunned from the tribe, because it means our DNA won't get replicated and we'll be like an outlaw. But now that's not the case. Like, if you fucking people like look at you funny, or you get like laughed at or whatever, or people think it's like weird or obnoxious that you're doing this sort of thing, who gives a fuck? Fuck them. They're just jealous, or they secretly respect it. Do you know what I mean? So as long as you've got a smile on your face, I think that's just like a fucking hack for life. Just go through life with a smile on your face, and like have an impression on your face as if you know a joke about everyone in the fucking room. I got that from The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath, where it's like there's a character in the book, and like she goes through like the novel, and she's like as if she knows something like secretive about the other people, and it kind of makes people a little bit uneasy. But listen, yeah, if you're going through the fucking fire, have a smile on your face. Like Winston Churchill say, if you're going through hell, keep going. But I would say, if you're going through hell, keep going, but just fucking laugh your way through it, man, because no one gives a fuck. But yeah, caring too much, it's a big one. And it's like, for me, it's the reason why so many of us are crippled with negative self-talk, or avoidance amplifies anxiety. So rather than being scared of shit, like we're all going to be scared of stuff, like, but it's about running towards resistance and not being afraid to feel fear, but acting in spite of fear. Like, that's where the courage is really born. It's like, all right, I feel scared right now, but I'm going to do it anyway. And when I'm coaching my guys, I will accept only the fact that they're just real with me. If they're scared, then just tell me. Just be like, Christian, I don't feel like I can do this. I feel scared right now. But don't don't be bullshitting me, being like, oh, she's not hot enough, or she's not my type, or I'm feeling a little bit tired, I might need to get a sandwich. It's like, no, mate, come on. The reason that you don't want to go and have a conversation is because you're scared. And just say that to me. I can work with that, but I can't tolerate when the excuses are building up, and it's like, come on, man, it's got to be real. Like, you're scared, and it's fine. So listen, like, everyone gets scared, but it takes a certain type of guy to act in spite of fear and to create unreal, obnoxious opportunities for himself. So, be like that. Don't be the fucking guy who's like not doing shit, man. So yeah, I'll hit up the chat to see what people are saying. let's see. Quite a lot of shit. Have you been to Ukraine? Nope, I did answer that one. But situation openers have always had me better results than generic. Yeah, 100%. But it's always the legs that catch my attention. What's your surname, Christian? Casanova. I'm not gonna give my real one out. I've had the age excuse. My brain comes up with at times if she looks young. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I mean, you're never going to know until you find out. My rule of thumb is like, if a girl looks like she's like too young, then it usually is an indicate that she is. So I just don't bother. But obviously, girls can like an 18-year-old could look fucking 26 with the makeup and stuff. So yeah, just go over, just be cool, be chilled about it. It's not like you're gonna go in and declare you're undying love. How can you fix it while you don't know what to say to the girl? You don't need to fix it, man. This really ties into caring too much, worrying too much, like you're not gonna have enough in your locker to be able to carry a conversation. Like, look, there's things that you can do. I am going to publish a video. The next video I publish is going to be how to have a killer conversation with a girl. But the thing that I'll be more, if you're one of my clients, what I'll be saying to you is, like, why do you care so much? Why do you care so much if you do run out of things to say? Why do you care so much if you don't have a lot of things to talk about? And usually it just comes down to the fact that you don't want to be seen as being unworthy, or you feel stupid, or you feel awkward, or you feel embarrassed. Like, you need to be able to marinate in the moment and find peace in the awkwardness. There's always going to be times where you run out of shit to say. The best thing to do is just announce that to the world. Yeah, I'm a massive aficionado of authentic communication. So let's say you're talking with a girl and you have gone over, you've used like something situational, like just notice your bright green jacket, you're like a walking Christmas tree, and then your mind goes blank. Then just be like, oh, you know what? That's all I had in my locker actually. Like, I literally, I thought how great this Christmas tree open would be, and then I've got nothing, my mind's gone blank. You're gonna have to help me out, otherwise this conversation is gonna get a little bit awkward, right? And that's just real. That's like vulnerability, but without it being like, oh, I'm being so vulnerable. It's like, no, you're just being fucking real. Do you know what I mean? So you'll never really run out of things to say if you can just learn to be real with the world, real with the girl, and real with yourself. And I appreciate, look, guys, you want sort of things that can help you in the moment. Like, it's nice to have the stabilizers on sometimes, because it makes us feel quite safe, but sometimes you just gotta fucking dive bomb into discomfort. Like, just dance in the chaos and just let the chips fall where they may, because it'll put hairs on your chest. I think one of the best things that beginners can do is just get rejected as quickly as possible, get acclimatized to it, because like, I think most guys go through life and they kind of just like, they're on this cloud of comfort and everything feels safe and warm and snuggly, and they've never really had someone be like, yo, I don't even find you attractive, like, whatever, why you even approach me, go away, I don't like it. Like, I think that's one of the most liberating experiences, to realize that no one really gives a fuck about you. Do you know what I mean? We're born alone, we die alone, we have a good time whilst we're here, or we should do anyway. We should always be prioritized and have the best time possible. But yeah, look, if you're going out, the key really for me, and what I install in my guys who I work with, is let's just have fun today. Let's just leave the ego to one side. Let's go out there, treat the world like our playground. These conversations, especially if you're a beginner, your first like 100 conversations are just practice anyway. So just don't get overly invested in the outcome of them. Focus on having those quality conversations. So some like practical things, situational springboards, just name things that have caught your attention about the girl that you're speaking with. Open questions, just fucking open questions. They're just absolute beautiful part of the English language. Not even just the English language, just language in general, man. Like, open questions, like questions that require more than a yes or no answer. There's loads of them. You can fucking Google them if you want. But the main thing for me, and certainly my modus operandi for quality conversations, is just giving less of a fuck about it, man. Just giving less of a fuck. Just being like, oh, well, whatever. Just see how this goes. Like, it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, just take a breath. It's not that serious. Like, she's just a girl. Like, you're just a guy. Like, you're gonna die one day. It's fine. None of us are getting any younger. So just go out there and just have a fucking good time. Otherwise, just gonna spend your life worrying about shit, man. Like, what's the point of that? Anyway, back to the chat. Hope that helped you. Like the video. Like the fucking video. Have you ever met Tusk? I've seen Tusk in London. I'm not quite sure where he is now. Do it in public and you'll be surprised the praise some people will give you. Yeah, it's one of those, isn't it, where people, like, jealousy is love and hate at the same time. People people always respect you for doing it. It doesn't matter what their external appearance is saying. It's like they secretly fucking value it. Who are some of the PUAs that inspired you to get into game? Biggest inspiration, Tom Serrero, man. Like, RIP to the legend. Although I found recently that someone has republished his podcasts. Yeah, Torrero's podcasts were like, I remember when I was like sort of coming up back in the day. It was like these are just great, man. Like, I just felt like he was speaking to me. Do you know what I mean? As a guy, I came into this space, really, I guess this industry, whatever you want to call it. Like, I always knew I had value to give to the world in like a romantic way, in like an inspirational way, like I'm doing now. Like, I always wanted a platform in which to inspire people. And certainly before I got involved in this seduction sphere, I felt like I wasn't properly hitting my potential. I felt like the relationships that I'd had in the past, I felt like I could be doing better, but for whatever reason, I guess it was comfort to it to a degree. It was like, well, this will do for now. But no, it was like when I was 23 when I made the decision, because I was actually in a long-term relationship, and I ended that relationship because I wanted to pursue this, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I had a comfortable relationship. Everything was sweet. Everything was good. You know, it was a good, fun, healthy relationship, but there's just a part of me, there's just this call to the fucking wild, this like desire to just go and sail the fucking seas and have all these crazy experiences, especially because I was in my early 20s and I didn't want to get to my like 30s and 40s and be in like a long-term relationship and think, do you know what, I feel like I've wasted a good portion of my life for not really anything. So I don't shit on relationships. I think for me, I often found that I lost myself in a relationship, and I know for me now, like my life as it is now, like I wouldn't change anything about it. Like, obviously we always want to be elevating, we always want to be like conquering, creating, just having just wild times. But like where I'm at now, like I can honestly say that I'm fucking happy, like I'm fucking blissed out most days. Like, things piss me off, things stress me out, of course they fucking do, but just got more of an appreciation for life. So yeah, I owe a big portion of where I'm at now to Torrero and what he did for me and what he did for so many other guys. And I hope if I can have such a meteoric impact on guys who are coming up now, then yeah, it's unreal. I think one of the best feelings is like when you're walking through, like, say I'm like walking through the streets of like Leeds, Manchester, London, and a guy will just randomly come up to me and be like, "Are you Christian?" I'm like, "Oh, here we fucking go." Yeah. Like, no, I saw like one of your videos or listened to a podcast and it really helped me. So I just want to say thanks. That's one of the best feelings there is, you know what I mean? Because I think every human being wants to feel important. I think that's the driving force of everybody. We just want to feel that sense of importance. We want to feel like we've made a difference. We want to feel like we're creating an empire, leaving a legacy. So yeah, to get that recognition back, like, you know, it's nice, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? To feel like you've made a difference in people's lives, and yeah, it's nice. So yeah, the guy changed my life like he changed so many other people's lives. So yeah, I mentioned in my last video anyway, I think this whole thing is therapeutic. So yeah, I think that's just nice, isn't it? Top chat. Do you remember your first approach and how did it go? Yeah, I do remember my first approach, man. I've got a video on it anyway. It's called what I learned from 1 year of Daygame. Just type in like Christian Casanova 1 year. But yeah, I remember it. I talk about it in that video. I got back to the spot where I did it. Unfortunately, the girl was not there anymore. She didn't just stay there static like a snowman. But yeah, it was in like a shopping centre in Leeds. I remember I'd watched a video from the Natural Lifestyles. James Marshall was doing a talk about how picking up girls was easy. I remember listening to that. I got like 10 minutes into the video and I was like, oh, fuck this, man. I don't want to just keep watching these videos. I want to go out and try this shit for myself. So I went out, shopping centre. I knew I was going to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I knew I was going to do it and I was just curious to see how it was going to go. Just be led by curiosity. That's what I found. Just be led by curiosity. Just have a let's see what happens type of vibe. So yeah, I went to the shopping centre. There's this girl and I was like, right, she's the one. She's going to be the first ever conversation. And I didn't know how to like stop a girl at that point. She had headphones in. It was like in a busy shopping centre, so I literally just shouted because I've got quite a loud voice. Like, "Excuse me!" She didn't hear me the first time, so I said it the second time, "Excuse me!" And then she rotated around. I was like, "Oh shit! What do I do now?" She's like looking at me like starry-eyed, whatever. And I was like, I was just running the sort of the classic shit. I just saw you come into the shopping centre. I just wanted to say you look really good. Not as coherent as that. My voice was probably fucking shaky. I was just like fucking sweaty palms and stuff. Fucking armpits were on the fucking molten lava levels. And then she was like, "Oh, thank you. I do have a boyfriend." And by that point, the first one, I didn't have a fucking clue what to say to that. So I was like, "Oh, you got a boyfriend? Oh, all right, cool. Well, listen, I hope that puts a smile on your face." I said that from like the early days. Well, listen, I hope this puts a smile on your face. From magic, you learn to like leave people on a high regardless of the outcome. So I kind of had that in my locker. I was like, "Yeah, well, listen, have a good day." She was like, "Yeah, no, thank you." And I was like, I remember leaving the shopping centre. Just feeling like a reborn guy. Do you know what I mean? Like, I say quite a lot in my videos, but I thought I was fucking confident before I got involved in this, and like the level of confidence that I had back then, I realized was quite artificial, quite situational. Learning this process, getting to a level of, in my opinion, where I've mastered this skill set. People can agree with me, people can disagree with me, whatever. That's what I feel like I'm at. It's just like, it's a different level of confidence. It's like a core level confidence where it's like, no matter what, I know I'll be able to handle it. Like, no matter what, I can do that. Do you know what I mean? It's just like self-reliance, self-sufficiency, self-mastery. It's crazy. And I don't think I realized how much this process had changed my life. I know, like, obviously it's different for everybody, but I honestly do feel like this is a life-changing process. I really do. And I wouldn't be sat here making these videos if I didn't think that was the case. I wouldn't be preaching this stuff. I'd have stopped a long time ago if I didn't truly believe in what I'm doing. I would have just stopped because I would have been like, yeah, this was fun for the time being, but it's got old now. Like, for me, this is the future. Like, the world will continue to get globalized and digitalized, and the art of seduction, the art of face-to-face interaction will become more rare and more valuable. And if you've got this skill set, especially going forward, now more than ever, especially, I learned this skill set during COVID. It's like, if you've got this skill set mastered, like, the ways in which your life will change, not even just in like a romantic, in a dating thing, like that's a beautiful byproduct of it. Like, you'll be able to create obnoxious abundance for yourself. You'll never be needy in your life again. But just like, I think just something changes in your mind when you realize, like, whatever I want to do, I can actually achieve that. It's me versus me. So like, get out of your own fucking way. Ignore the voices in your mind. No, don't ignore the voices. Just appreciate the voices for what they are. It's just voices, man. It's just hallucination. The limitations that we impose on ourselves. It's just all limitations. I think a lot of us have just got too much fucking time on our hands. I think if we had like a proper cause, something to fight for, something to get us out of bed every morning, having that springboard for tomorrow, I think the world would be a less anxious place. I don't think we need like talking therapy. I think we just need some more fucking shut up and do shit therapy. It's just like, go out, do shit, learn from it, live experientially rather than theoretically, and things will just change. Life is just more beautiful when you play over this side. So yeah, it's mad. Bit of a rant, but I think it's valuable, isn't it? Because I think I'm a living example of what can be accomplished in a short space of time. So what's the comment saying? Love the authenticity tip. They dig that shit. Yeah, girls really do. They appreciate a guy who's confident enough to just be real with the world. No bullshit, no facade. This is me, take it or leave it. The worst I had was during night game. The friend jumped and started interviewing me on my occupation, income, height, etc. Getting interviewed on your height. Did she not have eyes? Surely she could see how tall you were. The only major thing you change from your early Daygame videos is grounding. I've noticed that going throughout your progress. Yeah, thank you for pointing that out. I mean, you've been with me from the fucking start, man. So I think if anybody can evaluate my progress, it'd be you. Ultrasound, my guy. I don't actually know your real name, but I'll call you Ultrasound because it's your username. So, yeah, the grounding part. That's something that I learned through watching myself back, making the videos. I realized that my energy was too hectic, just slowing everything down. I know I say it all the time, like slow down, but whenever I'm coaching guys, it's like they realize how important it is. Because a lot of guys who I coach will be like, I'm not even talking that fast, I'm not even moving that fast. And then you'll be like, you are. And then they'll be able to like we'll get recordings of their conversations, and they'll be like, oh shit, like I'm really talking really fucking fast. Yeah, the grounding is where it's all at. It's having that grounded gravitas where you can just be like at one with the girl. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like you're the mountain, she's like the wind that whistles through you, and you're just solid, you're in state, you're unflinching, you're unreactive. I think the video that really demonstrates this is the uncut video that I posted a while back, which is like working with me as a low energy guy. That uncut sequence that really demonstrates grounded seduction in those conversations. But yeah, no, I agree. I'd say at the start I was very much like entertainment factor, which is fine. You know, I had the social skills on point, but it's kind of like stripping it all back and doing less, but actually getting more back for doing less, if that makes sense. So yeah, no, I appreciate the point there, man. Guys, delete. Oh, this is a point that's being made. Guys, delete Tinder. It'll make you question your self-worth and value as a man. Delete that shit and play the game against society standards. Yeah, I know guys they'll have like different funnels. It's kind of like having multiple streams of income. Like they'll use like online dating as like passive income to sort of like keep them ticking over. Then they'll do like daytime stuff, nighttime stuff. They'll go out, have like a thriving social circle. But yeah, 100%. Like if you're dependent on online dating to meet your needs, you're realistically you're fucked unless you're in the top 1%. Like, look, that can be a driving factor. Like, get yourself into that top 1%, but I wouldn't do it just because you want to get more fucking matches on Tinder. Do you know what I'm saying? I just think whatever. But yeah, I think being able to deliver your value in person is the best way forward, isn't it? Girls certainly respect it more. So yeah, New Year resolution maybe for people: get off the fucking dating apps and get out into the real fucking world. It's the way, isn't it? It's the fucking way of the warrior. What's up, Christian? Do you use dating apps at all? Before I got into this, I used to use them back in the day when I was at university, and I got decent results off them, but these days it's just a case of I just don't really fucking need to, man. It's like I kind of like, it's like you see the other side and what that can give you and the feeling that you get when you go out there. It's just a different fucking game, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's just differentiation as well. You just feel like a fucking chode if you just like sat within like your four walls just swiping away, and I don't know, it's a bit debilitating, I think. But listen, it's one of those, do what you want, it's your life. Realistically, I'm not here to preach about what one way is like fucking do this, don't do this. I just, express what I think about the world, and you can fucking do as you wish. Sorry, just got an email pop through. I'll read that later. Question. I bet you felt ecstatic. I do every time. Yeah, 100%. Like when you do your first fucking approach, man, when you have your first solid conversation with a girl, when you get your first number, when you go on your first date, when you bring the girl back, when you hook up with a girl, when, like, you know what I mean? There's always these like little firsts that you tick off, and you're like, oh mate, that's fucking cool, isn't it? In small cities of India, some girls, when approaching, say mean things like "go away." Meanwhile, snapping her fingers. Similar crazy shit happens a few times. How to deal with them? Go at once. Has it ever happened? Then you went to approach another, but previous one came from nowhere. All right. So basically, the question is like, you go up to a girl, she like bats you off immediately like an annoying fly, and then you'll go into another interaction, and then the girl who batted you away infiltrates that conversation. Like, Yeah, it doesn't happen too much here, to be fair, man. Like in the UK, I mean, I can always speak on behalf of the UK because I've not been anywhere else yet. Barcelona incoming, but I think you have to kind of go through life with like an open mind to people. Like she's got her reasons for doing that. Maybe she's had like bad experiences with guys in the past who've approached her. Maybe she's having a really shit day and you coming up to her just pushed her over the edge and she's using you as like a punching bag to vent all of her bad emotions. I try to teach my guys not to take anything too seriously and certainly don't take anything too personally. Like everyone's kind of dealing with their own shit. Like if she is just being an absolute annoyance, the best thing you can do is just walk away. Don't entertain it. Don't get too deeply involved with any of the bullshit. But yeah, everyone's got the reasons for doing things. So I find, like I said before, just have a smile on your face. Like people have a difficult time retaliating against someone who is unreactive, who appears completely content with what is. So, you know, if people, it's like a frame control practice, essentially. You know, if someone, you imagine that someone is like screaming in your face, rather than reciprocating the same retaliating energy, just marinate in it, just fucking laugh at them, just fucking smile at them, tell them to have a good day. You know, that's what I do. If like, say I get like guys who are like commenting on my videos like, you suck, you're shit, stop making videos, I just give them a nice big fucking love heart, like the video and just say, you know, thanks for watching, much love, have a fantastic day. Like the way that you deal with hate is through love, man, because like, listen, it's great to get pissed off. It's great to use anger as your fuel. I think it was Carl Jung, the shadow self, doing like shadow work, like experience yourself as a whole, like all of your emotions, like don't sort of like suppress your emotions, but just allow them all to be there, you know, dance with your demons, like use, you know, transmute your pain into power, all that shit's great, but yeah, sometimes, man, it's just best to just fucking laugh and walk away. You know, the person who's always prepared to walk away has the most power. That applies to any relationship you ever find yourself in, whether it be social, romantic, business. You know, the person who's got the abundance, the person who's got options, therefore has the ability to walk away, therefore has the power, and is therefore more in demand, is therefore more attractive, is therefore more arousing, is therefore more intriguing to the other person. You become an object of desire through your no bullshit attitude. You know, it's like that's essentially the sexual marketplace. It's kind of becoming a scarce asset to become irreplaceable. So the loss of you would mean turmoil, if that makes sense. You see it all the time in business. It's quite Machiavellian, really, but I think, you know, Machiavellianism is something that certainly will benefit your life. It's like the dark arts, really, but you need that shit, man. Like the world's a fucking cutthroat place and you have to be realistic about it. Like everyone is in it for themselves. The world is motivated by self-interest, so you have to put yourself on a pedestal. You have to always be asking yourself, who am I and what do I want? Don't be a doormat. Don't be someone who just says yes to everything just to appease other people. Yeah, it's good to be able to say yes to life and, you know, have new opportunities, new experiences, but certainly if you're like running a business or you're pursuing something creative, not every opportunity is going to be worth your time, and time is your ultimate asset. So delegate your time wisely and only say yes to things that really serve you. Like you have to be running your life like you're the CEO of your own company. Like your life is your company and your time is your time to use how you decide. So don't piss that shit away. Invest in yourself as a person. Like that's one of the best pieces of advice. Like I learned this like over the past few years. Like we ourselves are our biggest assets, and everything that guys do is to get them girls anyway. But like rather than just like wasting your money on trivial shit, like just really fucking invest in yourself as a guy, because it's like that shit will change your life. Rather than just wasting on stupid fucking shit, just actually fucking invest in yourself. It doesn't just need to be like a monetary investment, like time investment. Just do more things that you enjoy to do. Find fulfillment in many things. Say no to things that don't fit your agenda. Like, do more shit on your own. Do shit that scares you. Just develop yourself as an individual. You'll be fucking happier for it. You'll be happier that you took the time to actually invest in yourself and to work on yourself as a human fucking being. Do you know what I'm saying? How did you keep yourself entertained during the lockdown, by the way? Classic COVID springboard question. Lockdowns and stuff weren't too bad for me, to be fair, man, because obviously I've got the YouTube videos ticking away. I can, make videos, write blogs, produce podcasts. Obviously, I'm a magician as well, so I'm just like learning some new bits of magic, just fucking playing with my deck. All that good stuff. Hashtag play with your deck. It was interesting. Yeah, for me, lockdown was a chance to calm down, to reset, to really just like take stock. I was able to just kind of like future project things. Like, I have these things called like Empire Vision Mindstorms, where I just sit with myself every fucking day, just dedicate like 20-30 minutes to it, start of the day and the end of the day, talk about, like the sort of big visions, and then like the small steps I can take to achieve those big visions. Just really auditing your life, just being able to ask yourself every day who you are, what you want, who am I, what do I want, how can I achieve these things. That's how I really spent my lockdown. Like, there's other things that I probably shouldn't discuss on the fucking YouTube live stream, but yeah, like, you'll always find shit to do. I think there was a tendency for guys to become lazy, but again, it's like separating yourself from the herd and not falling into that that mediocrity mindset, So, but yeah, the better weather is on its way. Like, springtime is coming. It's a beautiful day today. I'm gonna go get some sunshine before I record this interview that's going to be available. I'll probably put it out this evening, actually. It's going to be a really interesting interview with one of my first ever clients. Like, this guy literally got in contact with me when I had like 4 subscribers maybe. So it's going to be a really interesting, like we've been in each other's like lives and stuff since we worked together. We had a few sessions together over the past like year or so. So it's going to be really interesting. I've been wanting to do this podcast for a little while, so definitely listen to it when it's out. It's going to be loads of just interesting info. Like, this guy knew me before anyone else knew me, like on YouTube certainly. Like, this guy got in contact with me early. It was like, getting in early to some real estate. He obviously saw the potential and was like, yo, let's do some shit together. So yeah, I can call him a friend now. So that's gonna be cool. I'm gonna enjoy doing that. Nice one. See what else is in the chat, and I'll just list off a few of these other things which I was gonna chat about. Tinder in Miami, average girl getting 1,700 matches in 24 hours. Yeah, that's the abundance of women for you. As in the abundance they have compared to... Yeah, girls are always going to have more options. The hotter the girl, the more options she's got. It's just a fact of life. Rather, you don't want to rage against the machine. It's just a case of, like, see it for what it is. I'm not going to change it. Beauty is a commodity. That's just how it is. Don't blame the game. Play the game. New hashtag. So cold approach is better as you're the only one talking to her. Well, you're not the only one talking to her, because if she's an attractive girl and a few guys in your city are also doing what you're doing, I think that's actually a misconception as well. I think that's an interesting point, actually. I've not actually heard anyone else discuss this, but it's just been provoked by that comment then. So thanks, Albert, for saying that. I think there is actually a misconception, certainly for guys. They think like once they get involved with Daygame, it's like they're the only guys in their city who are doing it. And it's like they see it as like they've got the pick of the bunch. But what they don't realise is that certainly the more popular this stuff gets, there are going to be other guys in your city who are... It's not even a case of doing Daygame, but it's a case of there are going to be other guys who are having conversations with girls, whether it's like daytime or nighttime. Like, conversations are happening, and you need more than just being able to master the skill set of Daygame. You need to have all of these other things in place, which leads me on nicely to the other point that I wanted to make, which is how how your appearance affects how you're perceived, right? So I've talked about this in other live streams. Like, guys are always asking me, like, do looks matter? Yes, of course they fucking matter. Of course looks matter. But the great thing for us as guys is you can easily add like 3 points to your SMV. Yeah, so let's say you're like a guy, you're watching this, and in your opinion, you're like a 5 out of 10. If you're truly dedicated to it, you can easily become an 8 out of 10. Yeah, it'll take effort, but it's well within the grasp of any fucking guy. It's a case of sorting out the way that you're dressed, getting a good fucking haircut, improving the quality of your voice, improving the quality of your lifestyle, working on your value, maximizing every fucking thing that you can in your locker. And that shouldn't demotivate you. That should motivate the fuck out of you, because you've got everything within your disposal. We live in the land of opportunity, where if you really want to sort your shit out, you can do. Like, if you really want to do something, you'll find a way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse. So, before I work with guys, I'll always be curious as to, how they're actually dressing, what they actually look like. If they've got like a shit fucking haircut, if they're like, their grooming is off, like, the way that you look projects. Yeah, it's the way it really dictates how you feel about yourself. If you look good, if you feel like you've got all your shit sorted, it just projects outward to the world. And certainly, like, rejection, quote unquote, or blowouts are more palatable, because you're like, well, fuck it, man. Like, I like myself, so it's all fucking cool. So, mastering the skill set of Daygame will definitely set you apart, but don't just view it in the old school pickup way, where it's like, okay, all I need to do is sleep on a gravy-stained mattress. I just need to learn a few tips and techniques and I'll be sweet. Like, that's not what I'm teaching over this side. Like, what I'm really teaching is how to create a seductive lifestyle for yourself, so everything works together in harmony. So when you do approach and have a conversation with that girl, you've already got an extravagant lifestyle behind you. You've already got so much shit going on. So like, when you're out on a date with a girl and she's like, what do you do, what do you like, you're not just gonna be like, well, I kind of just like, stay with my parents and we like go fishing sometimes. And to be honest, most of my time I'm just like going around shopping malls talking to girls. Like, just gets old too fucking quick, man. You want to be having that full-bodied, orgasmic existence that you're inviting girls into. It's like, you're going anywhere, you've got your lifestyle, it's all fucking cool, bring the girl in. Like, that's what really, keeps them coming back. It's just this, be in the full fucking package, innit? And do it for you, do you know what I mean? Like, you should want to have a fun lifestyle. Like, why wouldn't you want to have a fun lifestyle, do you know what I mean? And it's like we say, it's in your power. It's in your power. So if you want a fucking fun lifestyle, but you have to audit this shit. Like, decide what a fun lifestyle means for you. Like, so you might want to be making a certain amount of money. You might want to look a certain way. You might want to get your fashion looking this particular way. You might want to feel a particular way about yourself. Just ask yourself these fucking questions rather than just binging a series on your fucking laptop. Just literally just sit down with yourself. Just ask yourself what you actually want. It's like the philosopher Pascal was like, all of man's problems come from his inability to sit alone with himself in a room. And I think, we are a generation of distraction artists, of procrastinators, of just putting shit off. You are against yourself, so please do everything that you can do within your power to transform your reality. It's just fucking essential, man. Alright, back to the chat. In your experience, what is a tougher city to pick up girls? I don't really rate cities in terms of difficulty. I just go there with an open mind, be like, yo, let's have fun with it. It's like, girls are girls, like, you know what I mean? I've only been like in the UK thus far, but like, I don't really see it like that, man. I don't really see it as like, oh my god, this city is more difficult than this. I say that everything is my fault, right? So like, if I go to, for example, I went to Newcastle when I first started. I'd been doing this for about 3 months. And I went on a solo expedition to Newcastle. I didn't have the best of times there. But that's not because Newcastle was a bad city. Bear in mind as well, it was like COVID period. So the city wasn't as abundant as it could have been. But, I got back from that trip and I felt a little bit deflated because I felt like, maybe I'm not as good as I thought it was. Maybe just this city, maybe it's just a bad city, but no, I quickly relinquished those thoughts. Because if I'd have gone there on a different day, met a different set of girls, like any city is a great city if you've got results there. Do you know what I mean? That's the reality of it. People say London's difficult. I have great times in London. You don't know who the fuck you're gonna meet in London. So yeah, I don't really rate cities with like difficulty. I rate cities with do I like the place? Do I like the type of girl who goes there? Could I see myself returning to this city? Could I see myself living in this city? Like, yeah, I think the whole, obviously, look, obviously there is like different like rules in like different cities, like maybe like Miami, New York, the sort of, the playing field can vary. But look, I think if you're a guy who's maximised the fuck out of his value, who's got his shit together, who's mastered the skill set of seduction, then you're gonna be able to make shit happen wherever you go. Especially if you speak, well, you have to speak the fucking language, obviously. Like that, well, that's gonna help. If you go like fucking Rio de Janeiro and your Portuguese is iffy, like yeah, you might get by, but yeah. Can't comment other than places in the UK, man, but I love everywhere that I go. Do you know what I mean? Just have to have that fucking playful spirit, man, and you'll be sweet. What else we saying? When will you start the European Tour de France Daygame? Do you mean when am I going to go to France, or when am I going to just start the Euro Tour? I mean, technically, the Euro Tour would start on the 11th of March, because that's when I touch down in Barcelona. So that's going to be sick. I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, I think after I've got back from Barca, I'll probably just be planning a lot more shit. Probably like not like properly planned. It'll probably just be very spontaneous. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, soon, man. From the 11th of March onwards, so far. I'm supposed to go Daygame now, but your live is hooking me. There you go, man. You're hooked. Got the hook point, man. There's the hook point. The hook point doesn't need to be a question. Remember that, fellas. The hook point could be non-verbal. Maybe she hasn't asked you a question yet, but she's still in that conversation. Maybe her eyes just lit up as soon as you approached, and it's just on from the get-go. So that's fucking nice, isn't it? Will there be videos of Barcelona? Well, I'm going to be making my own videos. It's going to be more of like a vloggy type of thing, because I'm not getting Dan to come out with me, because like I'd have to pay him and shit. So it's a holiday for me, basically. It's just kind of like a selfish pursuit to just go and enjoy myself and have my first taste of European seduction. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'll be feeding back like on my podcasts and stuff. Like I'll make videos on it, like how I thought everything went. But yeah, so for me, it's a case of I always want to be pushing myself, because I see myself as a figure who people watch videos, and I always want to be, fucking elevating my existence and doing shit which puts me outside of my comfort zone. So like, learn Spanish, go over, seduce in Spanish with the senoritas. But yeah, I'll be making like vlogs and stuff, so you can kind of vicariously live the experience through me. So it'll be more of like I'll be making like sort of like vlog videos. If I see girls, then I'll just like get the camera on them, and you'll be able to see some like spontaneous like conversations, if that makes sense. So rather than doing like the whole like infield type of thing, it's like, oh, here's a guy with a fucking camera. Oh, look at that, some sexy senoritas. You want to come in my fucking travel vlog? I think that would just be really nice for you guys to see as well. Like just more of like an uncut, where it's just like you're just watching me like riff my way through life, having a sick time, just like getting to see one man on his fucking holiday, living for the lols in Barcelona. I think that would just be a golden piece of content, like not really any structure to it, but just be like more of like a day in the life type of thing. And it's like, I feel like that content would inspire guys more, because it's like, you could imagine yourself being there as well. It's like, oh, Christian's in Barcelona right now, and it's really like raw, authentic spat. I just think that would be really cool. So I'm buzzed to get the sort of Barca vlog going. No idea how it's going to turn out, no expectations, but it'll be a fucking meaty one. So that'll be cool. But yeah, if you're watching the live, drop it a like. I appreciate you. It is very much appreciated. Will there be? I've done that one. Right, sick. I've got through all the questions. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to bash out these last things that I've got because I don't want to leave it. 1 sec. I'm just going to get a glug of water because I'm fucking thirsty. Da-da. It's like some human centipede shit, mate. It's how I start my videos. Like, hiya. Okay, if you're still here, if you're still up, I appreciate you. This is a big one, actually. A reason why your day game probably sucks. You're not getting the sort of results. You're not getting the sort of chemistry with girls that you want to be getting. It's because your vibe is just too friendly, too weak, too fucking noncy. Like, I can relate with this. Back in the day, it wasn't that my vibe was too nice. It was just like too high energy, that there was nothing seductive about it. So like, if you're having conversations with girls and you're not hearing anything back from them, or maybe you've been on a date with a girl and your escalation just fell short, it's because you're coming across as too friendly, a little bit like just a bit too much of a fucking pushover, a bit like the girl's looking at you, but she couldn't really imagine doing anything with you. It's like you're there and yeah, you're nice, but you know, you're not really getting the fucking juices flowing. So this is really a topic for, I think, like another live, like how to become more of just a fucking renegade. Do you know what I mean? Because that's the sort of shit. It's like that's the sort of shit that has always excited me. Just how to be that sort of like fucking shadow warrior. Do you know what I mean? Just like almost like the anti-hero, like the sort of figure that people shouldn't like, but they do like, and like women are like, you know, massively aroused by this figure, and men like secretly respect this figure and they want to be this figure, but a lot of guys are too scared to do this because they don't want to separate themselves from the herd and put their head above the parapet. It's just really being more audacious. It's one of my favorite fucking words. Being more audacious, being more ballsy, just like having that lust for life, just wanting to just go and penetrate the fucking world. That's what I'm talking about. Like a lot of guys, they've lost that sort of masculine edge, that dominance. They don't want to dominate the world anymore. They're very passive. They're very like people pleasing. Yeah, it's like always asking themselves like what other people want, and that's one of the, I would say that is literally like the symptom of our like masculine society, where it's like guys are scared to do what they want to do these days. And I appreciate there's a lot of different factors for that, the way that you were brought up, the way that society stigmatizes men, all these sort of things. But like, I actually like life is actually very fucking simple, isn't it? When you boil it all down, like if you just did what you wanted to do, no fucks given, just as like a thought experiment, you would become instantly more arousing, you would become more successful, you would live in greater abundance because you're putting yourself first. You're like using the world for your own pleasure. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just thoughts that come into me now. I have these thoughts sometimes, but like putting them out into the world is helpful because I want you to understand what I'm saying and apply it to your life as well. It doesn't mean being like a stone cold arsehole and having like no empathy. It's just having the boundaries to not supplicate, you know what I mean? Just not being a fucking people pleaser. So just like a really practical thing that you can do is just always be asking yourself like what you want, and then just doing that. Do you know what I'm saying? So let's say, for example, you're going out with your mates this weekend. Let's say Saturday night, you've planned to go out with your mates. You're really looking forward to it. And then this girl who you've been texting is like, oh, by the way, I'm free Saturday. Do you want to come out? And then it's like, having your fucking boundaries in place and being like, sorry, I'm going out with my fucking friends, we'll have to reschedule, and just letting the chips fall where they may, but not being like, you know, blowing off your friends just to get with some like fucking girl. It's like, no, sorry, my friends come first, you're gonna have to wait. I'm doing what I want to do because, you know, you can go out that night, you probably meet other girls anyway, right? So it's like, just have your fucking boundaries in place, have your agenda in place, and, you know, don't break your boundaries. Don't fucking bend over backwards for people who like, because she could fucking flake on you anyway. And then you're just a fucking nonce, aren't you? You've cancelled with your mate, and this girl has fucking flaked on you. So I think rambling a bit, but like hopefully you understand what I'm saying. It's just like put yourself first, gentlemen. Put yourself first, and like everyone will respect you, right? And who doesn't want that? I think we all, as men, like want that level of respect, yeah? But the guys who don't get respected are the guys who just give their power away for nothing, yeah? So don't be chasing other people's validation, approval. Just go through life, do what you want, put yourself on a pedestal, always be putting your head above the parapet, live provocatively, don't avoid the spotlight, invite the fucking spotlight, say, this is me, take it or leave it, yeah? All these mantras are useful. What the fuck have I wrote here? I can't read my own fucking writing. The final thing that I'll mention is your day game will most likely suck if your life as a fucking life sucks. Yeah, it's very difficult to go out and meet women if you're in like a fucking financial crisis. Like everything is falling apart around you. Like, yeah, the chaos can be liberating. It's good to surrender to chaos, but if your life situation is at a level that's causing you massive amounts of anxiety and depression, like, you need to get that shit sorted, man. Like, get that shit sorted as your priority. Use it as your motivation. But, like, don't view, like, fucking Daygame as, like, the window of escape. Like, it's beautiful to do it, but, your life as a whole needs to be on point. So make sure you've got a solid social group of friends. Have people in your life who you can talk to. Make sure you're having as much fun on a daily basis as possible. Don't postpone your happiness until a certain outcome is achieved. Don't be like, oh, I'll be happy when I get a girlfriend. I'll be happy if I make another £20,000 this month. You know what I mean? Like, all these things, you'll get them, and then the closer you get, the further away you fucking are. Like, oh, I'll be happy when I get a six-pack. I'll be happy if I manage to, I don't fucking know, go on 3 dates this week. You go on the 3 dates, you get the six-pack, you get the fucking yacht, and then you realise it's all within you, it's wherever you go, there you are. So make the decision, right now. Just say to yourself, I make the decision to be happy. I make the decision to approve of myself. Be excited about who you are and be excited about where you're going. Stop regretting the past. Stop dreading the future. Live now. Live in this moment. Realize we've all got 24 hours in a day to create outrageous joy for ourselves. Go forth. Have a sick time. Expect everything. Demand everything. But then just let go. Just let go and just see what the fuck happens, and have a smile on your face at the end of every fucking day, and you'll be beautiful, won't you? We're only alive on this earth for a finite amount of time, so enjoy it. Don't fucking stress. It's all cool. What's that Katy Perry line at the end of a hurricane is a rainbow? Fuck knows. There you go. Quoting the great philosophers of our day. I've got fucking Pascal X Katy Perry. Firework. I think it's firework anyway. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, wanting to start a game? Hashtag deep. I'll have to bring in Socrates next time. But yeah, gentlemen, I'll just check the chat and hoover up any final comments, and then we'll say au revoir. If you're still here, like the vid, I appreciate you. Vum.ong. I have no idea what that means. I think someone just posted some random fucking porn link on the chat. Nice one. It's been going on for too long when someone starts doing that shit. Tonality, I guess, is a key to getting the juices flowing. Yeah, 100%, man. 100%. Like, get your vocal tonality. Speak with that lower vocal vibration, so you can really start to feel the girl's energy, where she can feel your masculine energy. You're doing the dance of the masculine, the female polarity. You're looking into her eyes. It's that non-verbal mastery shit that is going to really skyrocket your results. Is getting that non-verbal seduction on point. Practice that whenever you're going out and about in your daily life. The woman who serves you coffee, make more eye contact with people as you're going about your daily life. Don't be scared of making eye contact. Don't flinch. Make sure it's a girl who looks away, and then give a smile. And then if the eye contact was on point, then go and talk to her. Be like, yo, we just make crazy eye contact. I had to come and speak to you because I couldn't just have you checking me out. I'm not a piece of meat. I've got feelings and shit. Whatever you want to say. But listen. A lot of fucking value has been shared in this live stream. So if you're watching it right now, if you're watching it on repeat after it's been posted, make sure that you like the video. Make sure to leave a comment for the algorithm. Do that with every video. Like it, leave a comment. All you guys who are regular commenters, I appreciate you. You are seen, you are witnessed, and you are appreciated And yeah, fucking happy days. Appreciate all of yous. There will be more live streams coming up in the future. If you've got any topics you would like to hear discussed, this is your platform, so just let me know, whether it's in a video or on the community posts. Just let me know any topics that you want to hear discussed. Let me fucking know. Get excited for the Barcelona vloggy videos. If you haven't already, apply for the Valentine's Weekender. If you want to get involved in my online coaching program, like I said, we're all filled up for January, so February is the next available slot. So if you want to get involved with that, drop us an email, ukdaygame@gmail.com. All the shit is on my website, www.christiancasanova.com. All that fucking good stuff is there for you. I think that's everything that I wanted to say to you, gentlemen. Like I say, I'm going to keep saying it to you. 2022, treat this year as if this is our last year on this earth. So just do everything that you want to do. Invest in yourself. Make sure that you don't die with your music still inside of you. We're only young once. While you can walk, while you can talk, while you've got all your bodily functions, just go out and fucking crush it this year. There's no reason why you can't. What one man can do, another man can do. So go out there. Experiment without ego, speak without shame, treat the world like your fucking playground, milk the absolute udder of life, make the cows go moo, make the pigs go oink, make the chickens go quack, and I will speak to you in the next video. Stay sexy, live legendary, big thumb.